Got the wrong time frame. Okay, let's switch over to the 10-minute. All right, VIX tick markets. Markets are pretty much just going sideways right now. These financials, I'll be okay. I may just take a time stop and take my profits here. Because it's messing with my emotions. I gotta be honest with you. I really don't like these things to just pause like this. I kind of like this action here. So I may just take my profits here. Let me see if they'll give it to me. Actually, let me try it at 4. Let me see if they'll give it to me. We can only try, right? See, this is the problem with this. The low volume, guys. This is a significant problem here. Open interest volume. We only have 2 contracts, which was mine and somebody else's apparently. Jesus. This may be an issue because then I may have to get out at the bid. That's really, really annoying. See, this is the issue here. So the bid keeps going down, and I know I'll get a fill right away. And I may have to just take it because it's not worth the risk with this low volume, guys. So let me see if we get one more push higher here. I'm gonna give it to the close. Let me see how this candle closes. Again, hand on the trigger, cancel, replace order. We pay $2.50. We'll get 15 cents for it. It really sucks to have to do that, but fuck it. I'm gonna just get out of it. All right, I'm out of it. It's just not worth the risk, guys. For it to reverse from here, and then I end up taking a loss on something that was obviously green. So the problem with this one today is not that the move was wrong. Obviously, it probably would have hit my target had we had more liquidity, more people trading this. But at this kind of volume, BLK is normally not this low of a trading instrument. It normally trades very, very well. But it's just not worth the risk today. Excuse me. I did say it in the video I uploaded earlier. It is a half a day. So it's just not worth the risk. So you know what? Let's just move on. Take our little bit of money that we can take from it. 69 bucks is better than $0. Obviously, it's more than our target for the day. So let's just call it a day, So let's go back to BYND and NVIDIA and manage those. And actually, let me put NVIDIA on this one here. And then let's keep an eye on BYND, which is probably the only one that's against us right now. And then we'll manage that one. So let me manage BYND more actively because NVIDIA is already doing well for us. NVIDIA is already making us money. It's making us 225 to 250, right? So there's no need to keep an eye on that one so much because it's already up very nicely. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on BYND and see if we can adjust, add, or do something with this one instead. All right, let's take a look. So current day low for NVIDIA, 160.86, new candle, new 30 minutes. Everything is looking solid for a continued move lower till 10:30, 10:40, potentially hitting our target by that time. BYND tried to pull a fake move, fake out. It broke low, went high, probably stopped a ton of people out, and now it's continuing to move lower. So as long as it stays below this pivot, we're good to go. I do expect it to continue to move lower, potentially to our target. BYND is a very volatile stock. Today it does have sufficient volume coming into it, so I'm okay with it. And the target for it on a daily is around 140, 139. So it definitely has the room to run to the downside. So all right, NVIDIA, breaking nicely in our direction. Very nicely. I just need BYND to do the same, and we will be okay. So as you guys saw, all I'm doing is following the plan. Up 360 on NVIDIA with 2 contracts. That's it. You don't need that many to start making a decent profit on a daily basis. As you can see, I've done $200 and change every day this week so far. And today we're up over 400 so far. And that's it. Obviously, I can call it here, but I'm gonna follow the plan and let it hit my targets unless I see a reversal building. So far we're good to go. Um, and then I'll take my time stop. So basically what I'm looking at here is that the candles look beautiful. There's no rhyme or reason for me to take a time stop unless this thing starts to hesitate and starts giving me reversal patterns, then yes, be okay. We'll still probably hit that target I had set for it. But because of the low volume, it's just not worth the risk. So I'd rather just take my money and run. It's easier to manage something that's already going my direction. So I'm just going to manage these instead. Instead of trying to mess around with something that's not working very well. So BYND, I may actually have to cut it here. I'm going to give it to the close of this 10-minute candle. If it doesn't close below this pivot, I am going to have to cut it loose because I need to see it making a new low. And if it doesn't make a new low, I'm going to have to cut it. Okay, let's see if it stays below this 50 MA on the 1 minute. NVIDIA, keep making those lows. See, Tesla decided to shoot back up after making a fake out to the downside. Netflix had a nice little run to the pivot. Shopify pivot, bounce off of the pivot. The NVIDIA, you see, like I said on the video today, it just tends to move in the direction that it breaks. It's usually very little wicks, very little challenge to the opposite direction once it breaks in one direction. And that's why I like trading NVIDIA, especially for these smaller accounts. You will tend to do a lot better with things like NVIDIA because they are pretty smooth movers. So when you find something like NVIDIA in another stock, this is the type of stock you want to be trading. You know what I mean? Shopify as well. As you can see, it opened and it just bounced from there and it just kept going from there. So it was an easy play from there, from where it opened. Obviously, the box on Shopify was a little hard to determine. But you can see that where it opened at had a little challenge on the other opposite end. So now when it broke the box up here, you could have taken it there. But this is a little troublesome one because honestly, you could have played this one two ways. You could have said, hey, on the bounce of this pivot, I'm taking it on this second candle here. Just to make sure you're taking it. And if you do get stopped out, your stop is the pivot. So this one was a little tough to box in properly today because of that. But it definitely is very little wick to the downside, which is really helpful in picking your direction and kind of playing it out for the day. So that's that. All right, BYND. I'm just getting bored of watching it. I may end up just cutting this thing loose. We got 2 minutes on the candle. And NVIDIA is starting to set up a reversal pattern on the 10-minute. RSI is low. I mean, it still hit this limit for almost, I can almost guarantee it. Obviously, once again, I don't know that for sure, but I can almost guarantee that it will hit this today. But again, what is the goal of the strategy, guys? Is to grow your account. So is it worth fighting this? No, not really. We doubled the account in 4 days. That's more than enough, more than we need. So there's no need to fight this. And it's about to be 10-10. So, you know, if we don't get these moves here coming in the way we want them, just take our profits and call it a day. BYND is just messing around too much. I don't like it. So I may just cut it here. Let me go ahead and have that ready to go. Cancel replace. We got 3 seconds. Let's see if we get a massive push down before the close. And we did not. All right, so it's not ticking lower. So let me go ahead and take my leave here before I suffer more. Let me take my exits. All right. So we took our first stop, guys, $118 down on BYND. It is what it is. Not all of them are going to be winners. We're still up very nicely on NVIDIA. All right. We started the day at 1750. We're at 1949. NVIDIA still in play. Now we can switch over since we only have the one. Let's go to our 30-minute chart. All right, NVIDIA still in play. Um, all right, the tick just took a massive dump. The VIX looks like it wants to rally here. So we're gonna hold our NVIDIA position here a little bit longer. Markets want to push lower. So we're going to hold here a little bit longer. Let's see what the market wants to give us. Um, all right, NVIDIA is still in play, but I may just take my profits here, guys. Honestly, what's the goal? The goal is growth. The account is practically doubled already. If this thing does not make a new low by the close of this candle, I'm just going to take my profits here. We bought these at 290. We're at 450. That's a pretty decent profit right there. Let's see if we can get another push lower. I still do believe it will go lower, but I can't. Again, this is a smaller account. We want to focus on growth, 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 growth. So I don't want to risk hard reversals. You know what I mean? RSIs are low on the 10-minute, 30-minute. So we may have, again, till 10:30, 10:40 before the reversal comes, but I can't guarantee that. So, you know, unless we start making new lows all the way down to 10:30, 10:40, and again, NVIDIA has been making these moves consistently. It does it. Nothing goes down in a straight line. As you can see here, 10:10 reverses till 11, and then it continues lower, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit here all day watching this screen. I want to be done by 11, not keep playing past 11. And yes, it will go there, but it's just not what I want to do, guys. I want to be done by 11 every single day, and that's it. Call it a day. So the current ask is 455. May have to just take it here. I'm gonna give it the 3 minutes. Let me see if it makes a new low. And again, on a normal account, guys, you manage this accordingly with the 10 and the 30 minutes, like I taught you in the course. It works. On smaller accounts, you have to be a little bit more active. You have to be more proactive. You have to watch these and manage them accordingly, because you can't afford to let your account get taken to the negative when you were already up so much. So this is what I'm watching for here. I'm like, you know what? I'm already up very nicely for the day. Why risk it? You know, why? There's no need for that. So I'm just watching it very closely. If this thing starts to reverse, it's starting to form these patterns here. I don't want to mess around with this. I just want to take my money and run. And it's getting close. So let's see what it wants to do for us here. And again, I know nothing goes down in a straight line. I am fairly confident that this will hit this target by the end of the day. But I don't think I want to wait for that. All right, what is the tick and the VIX, everything doing? Let's take a look at that. All right, the VIX is going sideways. The markets are practically all of them going sideways as well. But with a slight incline. As you can see, they're kind of trying to rally a little bit. So just these charts. All of them are hitting, well, the S&P is hitting this pivot here. So I may turn around from there. If the VIX doesn't look like it wants to rally anymore. See, now that the market is starting to slow down. You start to see these higher lows. And this is when it's time to start thinking about taking your time stop. And basically just getting stopped out based on the time. So unless we get a new low, again, we're getting close to that time frame, 1030, 1040 reversals, where we start seeing the day low was made at 10 o'clock. And then you start getting these lower highs, higher lows. So this becomes problematic. So it's like, hey, again, I did it yesterday. See it here? The low of the day was set at 1010. Boom, boom, boom. Did this, and then it reversed at 1130, but I don't want to be trading past 11, honestly. So I may just take my time stop here very shortly. Let's take a look, see what happens. You know what? Let me move my exit to 450. And I'll just call it a day. All right, the tick is starting to head higher. The trend is at 0.6, which is bullish. The market is starting to push higher. Everything is pushing higher, including the VIX, which may end up pushing it lower later. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my money here. The account, another $200 is fine. I'll take it. Let's see if I can get a fill here. Really wanted to get my 450 at least. But it is what it is, guys. We have 2 minutes left on this candle. Reversal pattern on the 30-minute as well. See, it's just, well, we're getting set up for that 1030, 1040 reversal. So we're gonna have to take our leave here. I'm gonna give it the next 30 seconds. Let's see what it does. All right, and here's our exit. Good day, but could have been better, but it is what it is, guys. Edit, let's go back to 410. See if we can get 415 for it, confirm, send. Cancel replace order. Come on, give us a fill. All right, $1, $100. Let's just get out. All right, so that's the day. Not a bad day. Not as much as we want, obviously. We hit 2,000, which obviously doubled the account in just 4 days. And this is where we finished as we're getting stopped out. I still do believe NVIDIA will hit the target we initially set. But like I said before, I have to manage the account based on the account size. And I can't stand here to play around waiting and then get caught on these reversals at 1030, 1040. I've been burned a lot before by pure stubbornness on my side. So I'm just not going to repeat those same mistakes, guys. Same mistakes. So that's it for today. It was a pretty decent day. Not a bad day. Obviously, you guys saw we were pretty decently up today. And pretty much doubled the account in just 4 days. But we don't want to go through this. Where now the market may push up to 162, 162.50. Just not worth it. So hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you on day 5.